What's going on, peaceful people? I am back with another comment that deserves a response. All right, so I'm going to put it up here. This was pinned to me on my platform. It was on a video. I don't know what video it was, but the question was, or the statement, then the question. Y'all see it up here? Let's get it. I did my first divination yesterday with 5 pennies. Epic fail. I asked my ancestors if they were here to protect me. It said no, and they were mad at me, and my boyfriend doesn't love me. The last tarot reading I got done said nothing like this. What gives? Question mark. So you activated a response from me because it seems like you wanted an answer, and I got it for you. We're going to break your comment down. I just want to be very, very clear. This is never coming from shade. Never coming from shade, but let's dissect it, okay? Because you asked what gives again. And then you put a question mark. So first off, baby, let's talk about this. That is not your ancestors being mad at you. Nope, not at all. That is you misusing divination without foundation. Okay, pennies are not a traditional rooted system in this word. Pennies, okay, that's usually when you're going to the graveyard and you're leaving a gift, you're throwing pennies, something like that. But in divination, I've never heard of, I don't know if you were throwing the pennies. I don't know, but pennies are not a traditional rooted system in this work for divination. Okay, you can't just be going to grab 5 coins, pennies at that, throw out a question. That's what I'm seeing and hearing, and expect spirit to answer you with clarity. That's why what you got felt chaotic and very harsh. Diving in a little bit more, divination is going to always require grounding, ritual prep, and a tested system. Maybe pendulums, maybe tarot, bones, that type of conjure. If you came in heavy with emotions, like you asked, does my boyfriend love me? You're going to always end up pulling from your own fears. Always. Because the projection is more, does he love me, instead of clarity. Do you want the truth of that? And if you don't know if your man loves you, your boyfriend loves you, that's a problem, baby. That's not your ancestors turning on you. Never that. That sounds to me like misalignment. Now, I'm never judging. I'm just going off of what you wrote me. Okay? Now, you also said your last tarot reading didn't match this. This as in, okay? Well, I want to say this. That wasn't with me. So if you feel confused, misaligned, anything of that nature, the right step is to go back to that reader and ask them for clarity. Okay? Every worker has their own system, and it's on them to explain their message to you. Now, if you meant that you pulled tarot for yourself, then that's more proof to me you're mixing methods without structure. Okay, you can't compare a self pull in the middle of emotion to a professional reading done by someone grounded in the work. Okay, they will never line up the same way. The energy's not going to match. You're going to be pulling from emotion, misalignment, because the question was, does my boyfriend love me? Hence to why you may want to let somebody else pull, or if somebody else did pull for you, you need to be reaching out to them because it wasn't me. Now, here's the biggest takeaway. Biggest takeaway for anybody watching this video. You can never treat divination like a toy or like a quick yes or no game. Okay? Spirit isn't here for play. If you're playing with pennies and throwing pennies, divinating, you're all the way wrong right there. Okay, if you're going to mix random methods, if you're going to skip the grounding part, or even asking from desperation, you will always get scrambled answers. So I never want you to take this as your ancestors not loving you, because that is not what it is. You're going to take it as a sign that you may need some more training, guidance, and structure before opening that door again. Okay, if you want to join my Patreon, it's linked in the bio if you would like to join. If you're melanated, I'm gonna always say respect the tools, respect the process, and spirit will always respect you back. Okay, all right, I hope that helped you or helped anybody that is doing this. Ashe.